Welcome to Commissioner Corner. I am Commissioner Maxwell B. Chambers, and today I have some friends with me. I'll start off to my right with Mr. Luciano,
Blessed.
and to my left, Mr. Anthony. Thank you. And next to Mr. Luciano, we have the visual artist, international artist, Mr. Andy Ballantyne.
Blessings.
And next to Mr. Ballantyne, we have Mr. Robert Alexander,
Peace and blessings.
360 Wise Media. And right next to me, Mr. Pablo, better known as Mr. Paul. And back there, Mr. Morris. How are you, sir? Good. So we're here today just to have a little vibe. Mr. Luciano is in town, and we decided to do a little vibe for the people and talk about the music. We're going to talk about Mr. Andy Ballantyne artwork and what kind of artist he is. And I have Mr. Robert Alexander, who's supposed to be interviewing me today, but things get changed around, so we're going to have some fun, and hopefully the listening audience will like the vibe that we bring to the table today. So, Mr. Luciano, the greetings to the people.
Greetings to all my people out there. You're on the commissioner's corner, and it's an honor to be here.
Thank you.
Blessings, sir.
And Mr. Ballantyne, how are you, sir?
I'm good. It's an honor to be here. It's my first time in the studio. It's a nice studio.
Thank you.
I love
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah, man. Love the energy, love the vibes.
All right.
Yeah.
And Mr. Alexander, I'm going to
Oh,
turn it over to you.
it's always lovely. I don't expect no less. You walk in here, we pose an interview, and you come in here with an icon. So, I mean, it's just perfectly how you do it. Peace and blessings, King.
It's an honor. It's an honor. Patrice, blessings.
Yes, sir. And Mr. Anthony, the man himself.
Blessings, greetings, and salutations to all of America, all who's watching.
Yes, yes.
We give thanks for the invitation to be here,
Thank you.
and we're looking forward to just bringing some great entertainment to the city.
Definitely.
And City of Miramar always doing great things, doing big things. So this is a really community city where we support each other, and we do a lot for our residents and businesses. So
That's nice.
Miramar is one of the fastest growing and upcoming city. We like blow the whole South Florida up. So
That's great,
this is where it's at,
That's
and
great.
Mr. Scully.
I bring blessings. That's all I do. I do bring blessings. Yeah, that's all I do. I bring blessings.
Mr. Morris.
He brings blessings and vibes.
Listen, this first time meeting Luciano face to face. Believe me. I always want to meet the king.
Honorable man. Blessings,
Mr.
man.
Valentine's rising.
No, Ballantyne.
Valentine rising right now. I'm believing we have to give him all along.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Give thanks to that.
I'm going to turn over the question to Mr. Robert Alexander. I know you probably
Yeah.
have
So,
a few.
I'm going to jump straight in there. Let me ask you a question. Rastafari, activist, icon, and it's a lot of, when I did a little quick scope, you have critical thoughts on the lyrics that are in other artists' music and how it's detrimental to the youth. Could you expand on that for me, please?
Well, growing up, I listened to the works of Bob Marley, Dennis Brown, Peter Tosh, Jimmy Cliff, Beres Hammond, Sugar Minott, Marcia Griffiths, you name it. We have such a rich heritage. And in those days, I remember when I went my first time to Reggae Sunsplash. I mean, you saw people with, everyone had on a piece of ice cream and gold, something to do with Rasta. And everyone was holding a conscious vibes because that was the message in the air, them time. But these days, I don't know what message these young generations sending out. So I'm a little concerned because if they're inciting violence in their songs and promoting criminality, then the behavioral pattern of the people will definitely change. And you're what you listen to,
Facts.
So I'm a little concerned, honestly.
Facts. And then when you say vibe, it's a known fact that we're all actually operate off of a conscious vibration anyway. That is life, right?
Definitely.
So it kind of takes the art away from the youth that are coming up right now and the gatekeepers that allows it to flow through the airwaves to disrupt the mental state of our youth, and also, I would say, the adults, the parents, right?
Our community, could just say
Total
community.
total
Definitely.
community.
Yeah, definitely.
But your art form is about love, it's about peace, it's about prosperity, it's about oneness, right?
That's how I learned it.
That is
The
community,
great,
right?
great king of reggae, Bob Marley, sings about one love.
Right,
And those days, we could actually feel the love,
right.
you know. So I try to follow the same tradition and see how best I can use my talent that God has given. That's another thing. When God has blessed you with a talent, see, this is a talented man. He could be drawing all kind of stuff out there, but he makes sure that he sends a message, some form of inspiration that people can gather or get from his artwork.
Like that lion that he put right next to that beautiful picture,
I'm
portrait
tell-
of Mother you, right?
We need a picture right now of the show.
We need to show
So now
that.
we need art.
We
You know,
get it,
One
we
of
gotta-
them,
One coming.
Yeah,
It's
one
coming.
coming.
But, you know, I believe that it's not just music or singing that can really help the people to see a way out in life. Mr. Valentino, he has done a great job over the years. Looking at his work, I'm just getting a chance to see some pieces of his work.
The body, the
And
okay.
I'm telling you, he's really talented. He's off the hook. He's off the hook. This portrait of myself that I saw the other night, I really had to come forth and come bless him. I'm glad for this opportunity that I can shake his hand
God bless
and
him.
say, man, you're doing a great work. You see, it takes time out to do his work. And it's the same thing with the music. A lot of people just go in the studio, get a beat, sing two things, and might sound fascinating, and they're out. That's not for us. We take time.
Cultivate.
Yes, and even sometimes you want to use a word. You look up the meaning for the word too.
The source.
That's how serious we take our music. And even the grammar, make sure it is right. You know.
Pronunciation.
This man can attest to what I'm saying. My brother Anthony is my manager / engineer
Yes,
/ producer
yes.
/
Multiple hats.
singer. Yeah.
A lot of slash. Yeah, that'd be a good
You know,
barber back in
But
the day.
listen,
Yes,
listen,
sir.
the vibe of Miramar, excuse me, King, is cultural in the same aspect, right? I could say that the city of Miramar with the commissioner, the mayor, and all the constituents, as they're building this up, the only thing that's missing is the water. And tragically, we have down here on Hollywood Beach, right over Memorial Day, like 5 people getting shot, and woo, 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 Chicago, 50 people getting shot
Man,
over the
that's
weekend.
crazy,
And
man.
we get back to the vibe. And we get back to the community on how we're trying to build and structure a community of all colors, all cultures, all creeds. So I do take my hat off to the city of Miramar, the commissioner.
I really have to commend Mr. Commissioner.
No question.
Thank you. Thank you.
I really have, and you know, you know, you go places and you meet people in society. But when you meet a big man who has a position, and then he's so humble, and you know, it really behooves me to at least say a word or two to really commend him for his humility, you know. And I'm really impressed because, you know, sometimes you come across people and then you get a little turned off because just their behavioral pattern and how they deal with you, you know, turn you off. But here is a commissioner. I feel connected spiritually. I'm walking with him and the man just walking like, he's just one of them ordinary man.
people commissioner,
People's
Luciano.
commissioner, yeah.
People commissioner.
And I'm really honored, sir.
Thank you.
And
I'm
even,
honored.
you know what, I'm a little surprised because you show me around your office and the wonderful offices. The conference room, oh my God, that conference table. But anyhow, and then we walk into the studios. This man is full of surprises, I tell you.
That's, hey, listen. Yeah, that's a fact.
Let me ask you though, in your music, it's so spiritual. It's like you're pulling from history, you're pulling from the Bible, you know, and it go back to me with my grandmother who was And my grandfather was so, into the spirit and, just into blessing. They grew up very, very poor, extremely poor. And I watched them work their way up, and then they were able to give back to the community. And they gave back to the community. So when I listen to your music, it's deep.
Yes,
And,
definitely.
my uncle, he's into the music and roots, so
Yes,
I understand, So for you, how would that come about with you?
Well,
With
I
the
grew up in the
music?
church,
Oh, okay, good.
My father was an evangelist,
Okay,
and my mother, she supported my dad,
right.
but she was not too much
Mhm.
into the preaching thing,
Right, right.
She was a more practical of the two. Because there's a little joke about this. My father, being an evangelist, we used to have to take a taxi and then take a bus to go to the church from where we were living.
Right.
But my mother always complained that there's a church nearby in the community, so she always said, Lord God, sir, we never go so far, we go praise God, sir. Is the church up here, so sir? So I ended up going to Saturday church and Sunday church because I go with my mother sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes you could say she was a little rebellious, but she was more practical.
Practical, yeah.
And you know what? My father passed away when I was 10 years old.
Oh, my goodness.
But my mother lived till she was 94.
Wow.
So sometimes it's all good when people can be biblical and holy and spiritual, but
Yes.
if you're not practical,
Yes, yes.
then you're missing out something.
Yes.
You know,
Real,
my
yeah.
mother, she was a singer of the two. My father, he was a carpenter. He built my first guitar.
Just like myself.
Yes.
Yes.
So what really happened now, my father couldn't sing for a night's dinner. But my mother, every morning she would get up and sing. I think that's where my inspiration came from.
Came from. Yes.
That's the hub of my inspiration.
Right.
And then when I started singing, I couldn't be singing any garbage or any kind of stuff because I couldn't do that. It was not in me. And then my mother, if I sing anything, I consider my mother. I didn't start using the spiritual sacrament until I was 30 years old. And even at them age, I still never met my mother see me with a split.
Yeah.
If I use that burn a split and see my mother, I clutch it. And she pauses and she smiles and she knows she smells it, you know.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
But the respect is there. That's what happened when your parents lay down the foundation. Once it's there, even if the children move away, they always come right back
That's
to
why
it.
I wonder about some of these young artists, how them singing something that say, they don't have no mother,
Where that come from?
they don't have no father. No, it hurts my heart to know that a man like, we don't want to be calling names.
No names, right.
But look at, let us use an example. If a man should have a mother that is a principal of a school, and you come out and sing certain things and know that you're going to affect your mother, come on, it goes to show that it's a breakdown of respect.
Right.
So it boils down to people losing their respect for their elders, and this is where the thing, the whole thing is breaking down. You see what I'm saying? Because if you lose respect even for your teacher, I could never, even my teacher at Manchester High School. I remember when I left high school, I couldn't get a job, so I ended up in the marketplace selling oranges. And after a while, drought and thing hit the orange. I couldn't find no orange to sell, so I started selling ice cream cakes. Ice cream cakes, only $2 for one. Speak up before I move on. I do not tarry for long. That was a little slang I created. Even from them days, I realized the power of words.
Words.
Anyhow, I was there walking up and down my bucket one day, and I walk into a supermarket and I said, ice cream cakes, only $2 for one. Speak up before I move on. I do not tarry for long. And I was about to move on here. Like a voice said, hi, come here. What you just said? I said, ice cream cakes, only $2 for one. Speak up before I move on. I do not tarry for long. And she said, don't I know you from somewhere? I said, some say, how this? No, so. When I check out, he was one of my teacher from Manchester High. And I remember, I want to fling with the bucket. Listen now. I want to run, but something on my foot.
You want your foot there. Because positivity has become.
No, because like she said, my Clement, what has become of you? You were one of my brightest students. When you end up selling ice cream, kicking. And I said, oh, Miss Brown is a long story, you know. I faced some misfortunes in life, you know. And honestly, her eyes were tearful. And I felt like something come to me and said, no, you can't end up in a market, you know. You have to do something better in your life. And, you know, she invited me. She said, sometime you can come by and pick up stuff if you want for the family, and we'll get, like, dented milk, and then we could something, and, you know, burst products like oats box burst. You get them things there.
Right.
So one day, I just couldn't see myself doing this on a regular basis.
Right.
One day I went to pick up a package. She said I could come, and I went to pick up. I said, excuse me, I'm here to pick up a box. Miss Brown said I could come, and one of the young miss in the supermarket give me a, like, she scoffed at me and she said, get away from me. What you talking about box? Every day you come. So I say, what a shame and a disgrace. So I have to withdraw from that and say, you know what? Go back in myself and find my true potential. You see, that's the next thing again, you know.
Yeah.
We have to have ambition.
Ambition, yeah.
It's the next thing, you know, Mr. Commissioner. Because sometimes you spend money upon your and all your youth and give them all the chance. My mother, she didn't have much, but she gave me all the opportunity.
Yeah.
And then when I look into myself, I said, no, sir. One thing she never wanted me to become, like, no ordinary hand cart boy.
Yeah.
I built a hand cart. I hope I'm not talking too much here.
No, man, you're good,
No,
man.
man. Go on, do your thing.
It's the commissioner's corner. you know.
Commissioner's corner. This is Luciano corner.
After I build up a cart, I'm going to say, all right, it take about 3 months to build a cart.
Yeah.
Save my lunch money and buy rope and all this thing, get bearings and wrap it and fix it up nicely. I'm ready now if we go touch the road, so I'm going to the bathroom, man. Well, a nice fresh up and say, I touch the road now, because my friends have carts and everybody have carts. I say, me and them now. When I come out the bathroom, I see the cat chop up into pieces.
Wow.
I say, what is happening? Come like a dream. It must be a nightmare. Anyhow, I cried for a while. I asked, Mama, why you do this? And she was saying, a hand cat boy, you want to come down.
Yeah, I hear this.
So sometimes, you know, you might not realize your parents will mean well, and they go all out to see you achieve something in life. So my duty was to make my mom proud. And I was really happy to know that I could make my mother proud.
Right.
And when she hears songs like Lord Give Me Strength, Sweep Over My Soul, and she could dance to it, and then that's what motivates me in life, my brother, man.
And she lived to see that.
Those are the things. And then my teachers, there was some other teachers when like Miss Warren, and Miss Warren was a very nice teacher. She used to give me lunch money and all this thing. I was in New York performing one evening, and I hear, Jack the McCraven. I say, Miss Warren. And we call her backstage and give her a VIP treatment. And these are the things that make me feel good. When I know my teachers can see me and say, boy,
Yeah, you could be proud of you.
I just want to remind the youngsters out there that the road to life is always under construction. Your life
big
was
argument.
always under construction.
Big argument.
My life was always under construction.
Sure.
That road was always under construction.
Yes,
Yeah, Mr.
Sure.
Ballantyne
Has another
Definitely.
story to
was
tell.
always under construction.
But Lucy, I forgot to bring back your mother and the canvas, you know, to life.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, for me bring her
Thank
back
you,
to
sir.
life and
Thank
the
you,
canvas.
sir.
You
Thank you
understand?
very much, sir.
Yeah.
Respect.
Nice, big
Yeah, I take up on that
piece.
offer, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
bring
man.
her back
Oh,
on the life and the
beautiful.
canvas. Yeah.
So Lucy, it's such a pleasure having you here. And I know you have the guitar in your hand. And
Yes, sir.
Lucy is music, great music. So I know you want to do a little piece for us,
Oh, lovely.
right? I don't know if Mr. Alexander have any more questions.
I want to say, hold on, I want to say something.
Must have
before-
something to say, man.
Before
I
Lucy
see.
start, because I have a and I want to say this in the camera. Which one of the camera? That big pretty one there? Yes. I have an idea that I have for around 2 decades now. I'm going to try to get people to be a part of it, especially entertainer, but them don't want to be a part of it. So the idea what I want to do is that when I was much younger in Jamaica, I used to paint a lot of artists, musicians like Bob Marley and these guys and people fence. So you paint your fence for Christmas. When you get up, you see a morning, you see a beautiful painting on it. We used to get some beaten for it still, but we still do it. So I think this, my aim is that I want to, like, people just grant with a favor to use them walls, and we create our history, not these nowadays thing. Where we're coming from, like we paint the struggle. So we are going to Tivoli, and we do all of that. Paint the struggle where Tivoli coming from, where our people and our all coming from. The music that was social commentary and bring people life. So that's my thing. I want to just get people on board, and they just provide the paint. I call up a few artists, and we just spend 6 months and just do that right around Jamaica to send a message.
That's deep, man.
And the message is that this is where we're coming from.
Yes.
So whenever you think of doing destruction, think about where we're coming from.
Big.
Right,
big
so like people like Uri and all these guys, those are the people who want to put on walls.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and the man like Luciano and Note and Marcus Garvey, Selassie with a little note,
Big.
with a little words go with it. Most of the song,
Yeah,
like you take
man.
out a little line out of it. Like you say, Lord give me strength, never give up my pride.
Sure.
Yeah, so I used to do that in Portmore, but I never get any support with it. So that is something I want to bring forward.
I have to keep the link from this connection.
So you just have the wall, you give me permission to use the wall, and we just come and just do what we have to do with the wall. And we protect it.
Love that.
You understand? And we have a message. It have to be a strong message. This is the backbone of Jamaica. This is the backbone. And we're going to put everybody in it. If a politician do good, we pick out that good.
So you're going to find walls that
Whole heap of wall there, Jamaica.
every wall are just strategically.
Any wall, man, we can fit it in.
Find some strategically.
Wall, you see like how we run a Capleton corner there, and where them have this big wall, them have fountain on one time. We can use up them wall there. We use up some wall where people are seat.
True.
You understand? And then we invite the media to just do like a month and go through it, package it, and show it. Because this is the thing, Lucia, you have to understand. With the younger generation that's singing all of these music that telling to kill and murder people and stuff like that, they have a consumer for it. So if they never have consumer for it, they want to sing it. So people consume what they really get. And you have to understand, say, the leaders of our country not teaching us about life, not teaching us to preserve life. They make the people of Jamaica think little about life. That's how they teach us, to think little about life.
So they want to put more value.
We want to put
more
life, place more value on life.
To give the youngsters something to.
Yeah, because you have to remember that most of these youth, we grew up in at the time when the internet wide to everybody. So we are say Schwarzenegger them killing people and all of these gunplay and all these things. So we have to just kind of, because we can't get rid of that.
So through that artwork, you want to bring more positivity
to
the country,
right?
And to the
love
youth.
images.
Yeah, so I appreciate when them at the downtown.
But I think they're doing it. Honestly, I see some of this kind of
right, but we need more than that. We need more than that.
We just need to bring it to more communities.
Right, we need community. We have central walls.
That's a good idea.
And we go in there and do it, because then everybody can make it downtown to look at the mural. So we bring the murals to the people then. Because that is how it's supposed to be. Because, like, for instance, we have to treat the country. The country is a school. So we're taking the education to the people. We go in there, you have your barber shop. We put inspiration things in it.
Stick up in. You see, you just mentioned something. Schools. You see the school walls?
Yeah.
One of the perfect places.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And we just get
Big idea,
we get invested and
What
board
about the
and
church
just do
wall
it.
then, though?
Every wall, church. We put Mary and Jesus on the wall, whatever them want. We have to bring back that love, you know.
I like it, yes, sir.
You understand? Whatever them want on the wall, we're not gonna. They're not gonna fight against what we're putting on the wall.
Well, for me, what I'm seeing in Jamaica is one of the most talented country in the world. We have artists like Lucy who sings. We have some great performing art that dance and act. Jamaica is one of the countries with the largest performing arts. And people like visual art like yourself.
Yeah.
We just not give that
Utilize the
exposure
thing,
to lots of youths, like even deep in the country. A lot of things I didn't know myself until I moved here.
Exactly.
Like a youth. So if we see all the different dance company, dance group in Jamaica doing their thing and sometimes not getting any support. You have a company like Ashe who've been around now 30 years.
Yeah, man.
You know, the other company who've been around, I think, 60 years. It's just unbelievable. And there's many, many more. You know, look at all the great music that comes out. Look, the show the other night, the Palm Beach Jerks Fest. Look at the lineup.
Yeah, but we have to bring it to these people, and then the few, because there's just a handful of people creating havoc in Jamaica. So these younger youth now, there's no space for them. Like for me, I think Usain Bolt should have in every school in Jamaica, every basic school, primary school, high school. A mural of Usain Bolt should have in every single school in the island. You know why? Because Usain Bolt, it don't matter how you look at him lifestyle, he's a product of Jamaica, a great product that a lot of people consume. Only we don't consume.
I've seen that in Russia. It's art. You know?
Exactly. So Usain Bolt is somebody that you want your kids to emulate, girl or boy. So we should have him from the kindergarten stage where they look at him every morning on the wall with a quote. Be great.
That's big.
Be great.
That's a big idea.
So as they come in the school, be great. That is somebody who have done
something like that, you know?
Exactly. Who have done greatness over and over and over.
It basically sounds like we're speaking about reverse engineering the programming
Exactly.
of individuals' mindsets. Right? And emotion is energy in motion. And everything that you said is definitely beautiful. Got to do it real fast before AI takes over all of that.
Yeah.
But that's another step.
But that is why if I want to do it, I'm not depending on any government people. We talk to the people in the community, get the wall, we go there with some paint and we just do what we have to do and we move on.
So you bypass the bureaucracy.
Yeah, we don't want none of that. We don't want
a quick
we don't
break.
want an MP for
We're going to
coming.
take a quick break and then we're going to come back. This is Commission Corner. We'll be back with Mr. Luciano and all my special guests. Thank you.
Was a cloudy night, a night like this, but I lay down on my bed when I thought about the God I serve and all I'm going through. As the memories rush down to my mind, brought tears to my pillow. I said to myself that I must rise and go and testify, 'cause I know man was made to serve Jah, and together we'll live forever. Man was made to serve Jah. Whoa, whoa, and together we'll live forever. Upon this road on which I trod to to teach the word of God. My Bible is my only shield, and the music is my rod. I pray mankind would hear my voice and listen when Jah calls, but all they do is carry on like they don't care at all. And I know man was made to serve Jah, and together we'll live forever. Man was made to serve Jah. Whoa, whoa. You're in tune to the Commissioner's Corner. Give thanks for all listening ears and everyone out there. It's a messenger, the Kabbalah.
So, welcome back to Commission Corner with the painter, visual artist, Mr. Andy Valentine and Mr. Luciano. This is a portrait of Mr. Luciano. Andy Valentine, take it over and let us know how you came up with this idea.
Well, this beautiful painting of Luciano the idea came up by Auntie Eda. She's the one who called me and commissioned me to do this piece. So, and we did it in I think we started Saturday for the show, Memorial Day. So Luciano, I hope you like this piece.
I love it.
And I want you to tell the world how you feel about this piece.
Man, I tell you honestly, I've seen many portraits of myself. Some man draw my nose too big. Some man draw my chin too. You understand? But you capture everything, my brother.
Yeah, man.
And you say, in the eyes, I mean, I look at the eyes, I say, man, this man really got detailed, meticulously done.
Yeah, man, I study
Respect,
eyes.
sir.
Yeah, man, thank you very much. I spend a couple minutes study the eyes, and yeah, I'm happy you love it. And
I love it, my brother,
man.
man.
And this
This is going to my office, man.
All right. And I want to thank Commissioner Maxwell. He's somebody who always make sure say Andy Valentine work out there
Listen,
and win.
Because you weren't at the show.
No, I
but
never
he
did
was
it.
there. He made sure that he came and took a picture and at least represented for you, man. I don't know if you ever need a manager. He's the man.
No, man, he's my manager.
Okay.
I don't want him to hide under the commissioner thing. He's my manager. So
give thanks again.
Give thanks again. And Miramar,
Respect, yeah.
thank you very much for the invitation.
Miramar,
Looking forward.
you're going to reach very far.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that you come and perform for us
I'm ready,
live
man.
at the amphitheater.
I'm ready.
Let's
Let's talk to my manager there.
Yes, sir. I know. We
Brother Anthony.
shook hands. We shook
All right,
hands.
sir. All right.
Yeah. Mr. Alexander, sir, Robert.
Yeah, well, I mean, a beautiful sit back, laid back meeting of the minds and respect. Thank you for coming to the City of Miramar.
Pleasure
I am
is mine.
Robert Alexander, 360 Wise Media, the Commissioner's Corner. Peace, joy, and oneness to all.
Peace, joy, and oneness.
And I see you at the next
Bless.
Commission
Bless you.
Corner. Remember,
Bless.
the road to life is always under construction.
Bless.
Thank you. God bless.
Powerful,
Yes.
powerful.